I'm Sean Fennessey.
I'm Amanda Dobbins.
And this is the Big Picture, a conversation show about Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Chris Ryan.
Yeah.
Who's here today to talk with us about The Rip, which is the new film from Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, starring together, and also to draft movies from their careers.
Yes. Happy Dumpuary.
Thank you. Well,
Part one.
Is this Dumpuary? That's really where I wanted to start this conversation.
Spiritually, yes.
It's January.
Yeah.
And in theory, this should be the time when the movies that the studios don't believe it are coming out. And yet, we've just had 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple, which rocked. And I've just seen the film Primate, which also rocked. And we all enjoyed The Rip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We still have a handful of movies still to come. Sam Raimi's Send Help, which we haven't seen yet. We have Charlie XCX and Aiden Zamiri's The Moment.
Oh, yeah.
Is this the best January of all time?
Do you want January to be, quote, best or good? Like, is the point of January supposed to be, this is for sickos, we're going to the movies 5 times to watch 90-minute genre movies like Night Swim?
Well, I think it being like a place for original movies, which is what most of these movies are, it being the last bastion of original movies is kind of exciting. So maybe it is for the sickos. I don't know. What do you think?
We normally plan a Dumpuary movie episode, and like around the fact that we know this time the schedule is soft, studios put things here that they're not really excited about, and we think, but we'll have fun. And then we go see all the movies and they're not that fun. And then we record sort of like a down episode and you kind of like have a breakdown. So this January is what we imagine in our minds when we plan the Dumpuary episode. And we're like, no, this is for the real ones, for the people who want to get back to basics, right? You know, there is like a very gnarly horror plus movie, and there was a romantic comedy on Netflix that like did not have enough sex, but also romantic
People we meet on vacation.
Romantic comedies don't really have so they are meeting our needs, and we're not going to leave this depressed.
It's
so
nice.
That's good, right?
It is. It's great.
I bet you guys are also feeling a bit of relief because it's an antidote to talking about the same 3 movies
100% for
totally.
me. Yeah.
endlessly from every different angle for the award season. And since the Oscars are in March, I'm sure it's like refreshing, honestly.
I think that The Bone Temple really lifted my spirits. Primate, which is this new movie from Johannes Roberts, is just like the most what you see on the label of the, at the grocery store movie of all time.
Yeah.
It's like there's a killer ape. He goes crazy because he gets rabies and he just starts killing actors you've never seen before. And it's incredibly gory. It's really fun. It's 87 minutes.
Yeah.
It has a really good fake John Carpenter score. It's very stylish. Johannes Roberts, who made The Strangers Pray at Night and 47 Meters Down. He makes like schlocky good B movies.
Jaume Collet-Serra Jr.
Very much. He's kind of in that tradition. And since Collet-Serra has kind of graduated to, much bigger movies, it's nice that we have somebody making stuff like that. That to me is just like a good version of a Dumpuary movie, where it's going to make $25 million at the box office. The people who go are going to have a good time. When I saw it, people were literally clapping and laughing in the theater because it's just fun.
Yeah.
Bone Temple, The Rip, even Send Help, and potentially The Moment are like, they're real movies.
Yeah.
They're not movies that have been dumped somewhere. They are made by famous people. They're part of like genuine traditions in movie history. So maybe, one thing that I did do is I looked back at the Januaries.
I think this is really cool.
Yeah.
I looked back at the Januaries from the last 40 years. So I just looked at 86, 96, 2006, and 2016, just to kind of get a sense. This isn't going to be a total history of January at the movies, but we can look at the kind of stuff that came out. In 86, not a ton of notable titles. I guess the most notable is probably Down and Out in Beverly Hills.
Iron Eagle to a certain kind of
Iron Eagle
gentleman.
is well liked. Sidney Lumet's Power, a movie that I like quite a bit, but is not considered one of his greatest films. And then a lot of stuff you haven't thought about or ever heard of. The Adventures of the American Rabbit, The Adventures of Mark Twain, The Clan of the Cave Bear, one of Michael Chapman's few movies he directed. Troll, My Chauffeur.
Is The Best of Times a football movie?
It's Kurt Russell and Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Yes. Is it like high school?
I think it's
nostalgia?
Guys going back to LSU or going back to high school or something. Yeah.
So that's not a great year. There's some interesting, well-known figures there, but that's not great. 96, very resonant in my mind. January 96. One of the weirdest things about it is on the same day, 3 mainstream comedies were released. Biodome, Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, and Dunstan Checks In.
Yeah, sure.
Which are all very like burned into my brain movies that I saw in I'm pretty sure I saw all 3 in theaters. And
I mean, you were 14 or 13.
13.
Yeah.
And I mean, Biodome at 13.
There you are.
It hit.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know? What's your favorite Pauly Shore movie?
I'm not a huge, I guess Encino.
Encino Man.
Yeah.
It's got to be Encino Man. Dunstan Checks In. It's kind of
Never
a
saw that.
primate of
Right.
its time.
Yeah.
Right? It was a monkey who was up to no good. Also that year, John Schlesinger's Eye for an Eye with Sally Field.
Sure.
Lawnmower Man 2.
Beyond cyberspace. Say the full
Yeah.
name.
What is beyond cyberspace, would you say?
We're about to find out.
What was the concept of cyberspace in 1996 also?
I mean, it was dial-up. It was.
Did we have dial-up
Yeah.
in 96?
I think so.
don't know.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
I was on the internet in
I had an
96.
email account in 1996. I was a part of
I
a
don't know if I did.
pavement listserv
Wow.
where you would like write an email and it would get sent to like, you know, the 50 people in the listserv.
Yeah, no, I know
It was
what
like actually
listservs
some of
are.
my earliest
I
music
was
writing.
like my first writing quote unquote job was like a college listserv.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've told this before, but I literally would boot up and then just spend 14 hours downloading the Reservoir Dogs trailer and just like not letting anybody call my mom's house.
This I remember too, but I thought it was later than 96. And for a while.
It was around then.
And also, like, for a while, I was definitely taking those, like, AOL, like, free 10 minutes of AOL, like, CDs,
Oh, yeah, the
that
CDs.
you would
Yeah.
get because my
CD-ROMs, yeah.
parents were not actually letting me connect to the internet. So I was like, no, let me get my 1 hour and then let me get a new CD.
I thought it was
And,
like a free 100 hours in
maybe,
every offer.
maybe it
Yeah.
was, but, like, I definitely maxed all of them out.
Totally.
and
It
was
would be
collecting.
amazing if some point like George Clooney was trying to call the house to ask your mom out. It was just like, Cindy, I saw you at Gristetti's.
Sorry, your son went beyond cyberspace. We'll never meet. Lawnmower Man 2, never seen it.
Okay.
Never seen
Yeah.
it. Also that month, speaking of George Clooney, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yes.
This might
Yeah.
be the best movie that was released in all of these Januaries, but at the time, it seems like kind of a classic dumpy horror
Have
film.
you seen Screamers?
I haven't.
Screamers, if I remember correctly,
Mhm.
is a sci-fi movie about little alien buzzsaws in the sand that take people's heads off.
Hmm. Very cool.
And I remember it making a huge impact on me as a
Okay.
child, as a young man.
Starring Peter Weller.
Yes.
This
How,
film.
what,
Okay.
how small were the buzzsaws?
They're like fist-sized, but
Okay.
they're like screaming around in the
All right,
in the
but not like
sand.
grains of sand.
No,
That would be
no,
terrifying.
Were
not-
they more or less powerful than New Met starting third baseman Bo
You wanna
Bichette?
do it? We
Oh,
can do
brother,
it.
here we go.
We could do it.
Okay.
It's dirty work by you. It's dirty work by you, and it's dirty work by your fucking GM. That was a handshake agreement of long-term stability and financial gain that the Philadelphia Phillies were offering him. Also, multiple trips to the playoffs over the years, an institutional kind of trust
Yeah.
in greatness.
It's
and in,
shocking because he's white. And you would just imagine him wanting to join the whitest
Yeah, he's
team in
probably
baseball.
vaccinated against COVID too.
We're so happy to have Bo Bichette, under
I
our
wish
domain.
we recorded this like 30 hours ago.
I was in a bad place.
You're probably getting so pissed off about Kyle Tucker, as you should be.
I saw that news relatively soon after it happened, and like almost texted you, and then I was like, I'm gonna step away from this. I don't know.
Jack and I had a very gentle meeting yesterday
Okay.
for 45 minutes that was only about the Mets. And we were just like, could this happen? Is this possible?
Bo
And-
Bichette?
No, not Bo
Kyle
Bichette, Kyle
Tucker.
Tucker.
Okay.
Like we were getting our hopes up
Mhm.
and we were devastated and now we're back.
If you take another shot at the Phillies, I'm going to have a private meeting with Jeff Chow and threaten to quit unless you get the Dodgers to sponsor the big picture. And you have to do Dodgers ad reads about the sterling lineup that they've put
If
together.
we can't destroy them, we have to try to become them. That's the only way through.
No.
That's the only way through right
No.
now. We have to live within the rules
I'll
that
never
have been
bend
set.
the knee. Her children can. I will never bend the knee.
I just like to say, if anyone from the Dodgers organization is listening to this, my child and I would love to attend a game this season. I've renounced the Braves, and I am also a free agent.
I
so.
love going to Dodger Stadium, but I can't abide
I've renounced the Empire. Darth
2000
Vader is no longer my favorite player.
2006. Anything jump out to you from this stretch? I mean, High School Musical is
Yeah.
a little. We're a little old for High School Musical, but
Soaring.
generationally,
Flying. Yeah. You guys up on Ashley Tisdale's drama?
Yeah.
yeah. The mom chat group.
Yeah.
read
Yeah.
about
Did
it,
it to
yeah.
herself.
Megan
Yeah.
Trainor says that's not her.
Megan Trainor.
Megan Trainor's husband says it's not
So I don't, respectfully, I don't really think that Meghan Trainor is in like the center of the mom group in question. I've been following them from the other side and from their Instagrams, and they've made it pretty clear that she was kicked out
for her political
yeah
views.
And well, they haven't said that, and I wouldn't I'm not going to assume anything, but yeah. And then the husband, Hillary Duff's husband, did like the actual the
how does this stack up relative to me storming out of the fantasy football chat that we had?
It's not dissimilar. A man with really out there political and cultural beliefs.
That's not what happened.
2006. I just want to shout out Hostel when it happened, very important.
It was very fun movie.
Glory Road, decent sports movie,
solid. That was Josh Lucas's big swing. He tried to step
I don't know
up.
about that.
What do you mean? What's his big swing? That was his attempt to become a big
bigger
star.
Swings than that, right?
Is there a bigger movie from a bigger studio? It's a Disney sports movie starring Josh Lucas as a basketball coach.
Well, I guess you're right.
Tristan and Isolde, the James Franco film. Did you guys see that?
No.
Have you read Tristan and Isolde?
Isn't it an opera?
I think so.
Yes,
he did not
Wagner,
direct it.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
High School Musical is the biggest movie out of all these.
What about Big Mama's House 2?
I think High School Musical is probably
Tristan
bigger.
and Isolde, the overture is what plays in Melancholia.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's,
Wonderful.
I mean, I think it's probably also a story.
Yes,
definitely.
A
but like,
myth or
yes, but like once you get into like the Northern European stuff, as we know, all their mythology, I don't follow it.
Where you don't know the Norse. You don't know the Norse mythology.
No, I don't. That's right. That's why I kept being like, so where is Thor right now? And you guys were like, he's obviously on Ragnarok or whatever.
He's with Tristan. They're looking for Isolde.
I just want to point out that Nanny McPhee is how Emma Thompson got to like renovate her kitchen or whatever, and that's important for everyone.
Tristan and Isolde is a Celtic romance story from the 12th century.
I'm sorry to disrespect the Celtic
It was
peoples.
also the story of Tristan and Isolde was apparently what Ridley Scott was going to do instead of Alien until he saw Star Wars, and then this was just discussed in Kathy Kennedy's exit interview.
Oh,
we can talk about that if you'd like.
Sure.
I haven't yet had a chance to read it in full. I basically just read Matt Bellany's summary of it.
Yeah.
But
I found it pretty depressing.
She presided over a bad time in Star Wars history.
But even like her allusions to the forces beyond her control that were keeping certain things. So when she talked about James Mangold and Bo Williman's script, which she said broke the mold and was amazing, but is on hold. And then obviously referenced the Scott Burns, Steven Soderbergh, Adam Driver movie.
Mm-hmm.
What did she say about that?
That it was great, but that it's not
basically she was not allowed to make that one.
Yeah, because Bob Iger said Palpatine is
back.
Palpatine is back, so the other guy can't be back. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And as a reaction to that, I'll be naming my firstborn son Kylo.
Kylo Bichette.
Yeah, this is just a terrible stretch, and it's very obvious to me that she was broken by the backlash to The Last Jedi, and she just completely failed to make any move that was not incredibly safe and/or Dave Filoni
and she
supported.
Said pretty much explicitly, she's like, the hardest thing is that there is a small percentage of the fans that are the most vocal ones that restrict our ability to.
They don't restrict anything.
I'm sure
this
you're
is
right.
creativity. Do what you feel is the most interesting outcome that can also be successful. That's your job.
Okay.
That's what all executives should do, in my opinion. Okay, 2016. 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
Yeah.
Michael Bay's fearless portrayal of
All
what?
right.
Of Benghazi.
Yeah. And so what happened there?
So you starred as Hillary Clinton in that film.
Which version of events would you like me to recount?
Hillary Clinton not to be seen in 13 Hours. Dirty Grandpa, 2016, January. Kung Fu Panda 3, that's a pretty big movie.
Oh, yeah.
The Finest Hours, starring Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Underrated, I think.
Which one is that?
50 Shades of Black was the sequel to 50 Shades of Grey.
No, it was the parody starring Marlon Wayans.
My bad.
So January, historically.
And Jane Got a Gun, a very infamous kind of behind-the-scenes.
Yes, Natalie Portman starring film.
With Lynn Ramsey directed that, right?
No,
she was supposed to and got
didn't
fired.
Gavin O'Connor come in
Yes.
to work on it? And like a hot script at the time that was then kind of mangled in the making. A movie that does not exist. So yeah, this has been a pretty good January. You want to talk about the rip?
Well, let me just ask you one more dumpuary question.
Yes.
In a perfect world, would Hollywood more evenly distribute the programmers from January across the year to give people more variety at the movies throughout the year?
Mhm.
Or do you enjoy the Lollapalooza aspect of the first month is just this grab bag of like ups and downs and curveballs? And
I mean, at the risk of being insanely positive about movies, February has some really cool stuff too. So it's possible that stuff's evening out right now as more movies just start to come out.
And I was going to say that they're like the rhythms that we have come used to
sure.
are changing. And I mean, you see that like in Best Picture nominees and winners are now kind of released throughout the year. And like, you know, there are like 4 different horror seasons, except often for October, which is very weird.
Good point.
And like
tons of horror movies this spring.
Exactly. It's like every studio is looking for the new window and the new spot and like, let's try this. So it actually is somewhat distributed.
I'm totally fine with, I wish it would extend to basically the first 4 to 5 months of the year. I think that would be a really fun, fertile playground. And then if you want to basically call it, Memorial Day on, it's basically blockbusters going into award season. I'll accept that.
I think it will be this year 3 months because April 3rd is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And that's kind of when the summer starts, even though it's only April.
Sure.
But prior to that, you know, you've got your Scream 7s and your Bone Temples. But for the most part, it's a lot of, you know, it's Project Hail Mary and it's Wuthering Heights and The Bride and these kind of like exciting auteurist movies that seem like they've been dumped, but might actually be better than we think they are. I thought the new trailer for The Bride was really good, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did.
I'm kind of excited about that movie now. So yeah.
Did you see the poster for Scream 7? There's like 47 people.
Well, I
on
certainly
it.
saw Tim Simons on it. Did you see that?
I followed his instructions and zoomed in.
There may be too many people in that movie. We'll see. I will watch it, and I'll probably rewatch all the Scream movies before I watch it, and I look forward to that. The Rip.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the new film from Joe Carnahan, who has given us some good Dumpuary-esque movies in the past, including The Grey, Smokin' Aces, Narc. He wrote and directed this film. It stars Damon and Affleck, Stephen Yeun, Teyana Taylor, Sasha Calle, Catalina Sandino Moreno, Scott Adkins, Kyle Chandler, Nestor Carbonell.
Yeah.
It's a very overqualified cast.
Yes.
And not everyone is used equally.
I agree with that. It is about a group of Miami cops who discover a stash of millions in cash, leading to distrust as outsiders learn about the seizure, making them question who to rely on. Okay. What did you think about this movie?
It's an absolute yes for me. Of course, I had high expectations. This was number 12 on my most anticipated list because you have the reunion of Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, which is the reason I go to the movies or watch them on my TV at home. And you also have echoes of Triple Frontier, which is one of the great Dumpuary movies of years past for this podcast. And a great example of the feeling of like, nobody else really got this, but like we got it, you know? And like Charlie Hunnam, you know, writing things on a chalkboard and then having a panic attack like in a Publix is meaningful. So, and it delivers, you know, it does what it says on the box, like with enough charm and with enough humor. Like everyone is very competent and Damon and Affleck are having fun. So I had a great time.
I think we have enough evidence from the artist equity movies that these guys have been making together since they reunited with Air that they're kind of making the movies that they would like to watch.
Yeah.
And you get that from this. Like you get a tremendous amount, even though it's a very dark movie, both like in its lighting and its content, you get the idea that they are really, really enjoying themselves. And that this is the kind of movie that they grew up watching. This is the kind of B movie that they kind of sharpen their teeth on in a different world. They'd be happy to just be making 3 of these a year. But they're obviously 2 of the most famous actors we've had in the last 40 years. So they have other responsibilities and other ambitions, but this is just awesome. If anything, it was almost too good for the material, or there's the inverse of that is like, it's too bad for the guys who are in it. Like,
right. Yes.
I totally agree. The script is like a B-.
Right.
It's not a great story. It's kind of familiar, but there's a tremendous amount of charisma and style that is happening around the movie. And you come in with these baked-in relationships with so many of the actors, and not just Matt and Ben, but like Tiana Taylor is now like a movie star in our heads, right? So when she shows up, she's given nothing to do in this movie.
Nothing at all.
But even though she's not giving anything to do, you're kind of like, oh, a scene with Tiana Taylor. Something must be about to happen here.
Excuse me, that's not true. She counts over and over again.
Yes. Let's just take two very well-known actors, Catalina Sandino Moreno, Academy Award nominee, I think, for Maria Full of Grace, and just like put them in a room and they count money.
Yeah.
And then that's what they'll do for the entire film. But still, it kind of keeps the energy of the movie up by having all these overqualified people. And Carnahan, I think, can really shoot the hell out of a movie. And there's a chase sequence in this movie. There's some shoot up sequences. There's a fire sequence. There's some stuff in it that is really well executed. Plus, Matt and Ben, their relationship in this movie is very similar to their relationship in Air. And I find that fascinating. Except they've inverted the roles. In Air, Ben was in charge and Matt worked for him and Matt needed to make something happen. In this movie, Matt is in charge and Ben works for him and he doesn't quite trust him in the same way. It's interesting to me.
I also find it fascinating that they've kind of settled into this, like, Matt Damon is number one on the call sheet in these movies to my eyes, like
right.
He's a bigger star.
Yeah, but it's interesting that Affleck is just kind of like cool with being the sidekick in these,
and even thriving. I think like Last Duel is really when the possibilities of him taking the supporting role and going for it opened up, and and they were co-writers on that with Nicole Holofcener. So maybe he's come to an understanding of what he can do, or he's just going back to Chucky.
I think that's part of it, and I think the fact that Ben Affleck is so tall and so lantern-jawed, but never could quite become the same level of star as Damon. He's a huge star. It's a tight race or whatever. But when we talk about the box office category for the draft, Damon's just got more to pull from. He's just had more and bigger hits. He had a bigger franchise in Bourne all by himself.
I think he's had fewer smaller dry runs too.
That's true. Yes, fewer struggles over time. And so, I think that might be part of it, is just selling the movie is probably easier if Damon is in that chieftain role that he is in this movie. The plot itself, I'm not totally sure I grasp all of it.
Happy to help you.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
So
this film is available on Netflix. You don't want this, popcorn Saturday night experience ruined for you. Skip ahead.
Yes.
Don't DM me.
I wouldn't say the reason to watch it is to figure out the plot per se, but so it's
it's not. There is like
there's a whodunit
consequential
aspect.
scene when they're all together, and it's like which one, and the script is baiting, like, is Affleck is it Damon? Is it these other, who is the rat?
Right. They're clear. And that wasn't confusing to me at all.
Yeah.
Like the final execution of the story. It's more like the setup of the story is a little bit confusing. It opens with the murder of a team member for these Miami police officers.
Yes.
And then it kind of a series of interrogations around who may have been responsible for that murder. And the feds have come into the investigation.
Scott Adkins, one of the
legendary
FBI.
action star, plays an FBI agent and also Ben Affleck's brother.
Yes.
And they have a very intense exchange.
This is up there with Al Pacino throwing Henry Rollins through a screen door, and he is Ben Affleck going toe-to-toe with Scott Adkins.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that scene.
It was great.
It sets us up for kind of figuring out that there's like, there's distrust within the police department here. And Nestor Carbonell has taken on, I guess he's like
he's the
police
major.
captain, the major. And he wants them to get to the bottom of this. Matt Damon's character subsequently gets a tip that there's a stash house and that they need to do
Crime Stopper tip.
a
no
Crime
less.
Stopper tip. And so that he wrangles the team. Before he wrangles the team, he tells them all different numbers for how much is in the stash house. And while you're watching it, you immediately know, okay, this is a setup of some kind. Who's responsible for the setup? We don't know. Why is Damon sharing different information with different police officers? He's trying to draw someone out, obviously. And they go to the stash house. Now, here's the thing that I didn't totally grasp.
Right.
Why is that neighborhood empty that they go to?
The cartel owns all that buildings.
So they own all the buildings and they're using those buildings to store money?
I think that they just, it's the indication is that those are cartel owned homes and that there's not a lot of activity there. There may be people in those houses, like lookouts and stuff.
Okay.
But that in that cul-de-sac, it's all.
I think that was really the major thing that I couldn't figure out. I was
Yeah.
like, what are they using this entire city cul-de-sac for?
I think for pickups
yeah.
and drop-offs and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the place where they can do
Right.
business?
And
I guess
also
so. And
store
then they
things,
also,
yeah.
it's implied that they own those local cops.
Yes,
Right.
the Highland
Right.
cops.
So that it's a business district.
Got it. Okay. Interesting. So it's just kind of like the food court for the cartel.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually one of the cool things about
Is
this
that something
movie
that happens? If it is, I believe it.
Well, I think one of the neat things is like Miami not dissimilar to Los Angeles is you throw a blanket over Miami, but then there's lots of little counties within,
Mhm.
and there's like Broward and Dade, and there's like
Mhm.
different
Mm-hmm.
law enforcement
Yeah.
agencies running different parts of the city,
Mhm.
but that the city is itself pretty porous. So those guys
Right.
cross into like, they know as soon as they go to Hialeah, like we're on somebody else's turf.
Did this district go for Gore or Bush in 2000?
I think that they were a bellwether district for Bush.
And so then...
Although I don't know, because the cartel very helpful in this movie.
I had some questions about that too.
Sure.
Very loose with information
And
as
also
well.
doing FaceTimes. Hey, it's me. I run the Sinaloa cartel.
You had mentioned...
What happened to that guy?
I think it was just like
not the guy on the phone, the other guy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
He just kind of...
some loose ends in
Yeah.
the film. Just don't go in looking for
So here's
the
the-
airtightest plot.
Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead. No.
Well, so then essentially they get into the house and they discover that there's a tremendous amount of money. There's a woman also in that home, played by Sasha Calle, last seen as Supergirl
Yes.
in The Flash, the best
Oh.
part of The Flash. And now there's another Supergirl movie coming out. And I'm like, why is she not just Supergirl?
She's awesome in this.
She's really, really
very
good.
good.
And lifts another nothing
Yeah.
part with a tremendous amount of
Mhm.
presence. And she becomes this kind of counterweight to Damon's character where she has information, but we don't know how much information she has. And she's also presenting a false front. She's sort of protecting what's inside of this house, which is
Right.
her grandmother's house. And it's weird because like it's a single location movie in a lot of
This
ways.
is what it should have just been Assault on Precinct 13.
Right.
Like I really like this. So I'm nitpicking at something I liked. This kind of movie should have been James Badge Dale and pick another actor.
And Scott Adkins. Those are the two
And
leads.
you can't really tell who's good and who's bad.
Mhm.
And it's got basically one location. And they're trapped in this house. Who's going to come get them first? The cops of the cartel. How do they get out? And instead, it kind of expands to like a larger Miami chase.
Yeah, it's what happens when a B movie gets A stars,
Right.
and I'm not opposed to that. I really like it. The 80s and 90s were full of movies like this. Black Rain, Internal Affairs,
Yeah.
like they've all been on the rewatchables. There's a long history of it. I think it's really fun when you get this kind of thing. It is slight. You know, you get to the end of it and you're
Yeah.
like, cool, that
And
was fun.
The reveal is incredibly obvious from the beginning.
So obvious.
well, it's just
like,
also-
why is this actor in the movie?
Well, and Netflix
Yes.
has already done this with another straight to Netflix action comedy star starring two of my favorite people, Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz.
Yes.
Right.
So it's like,
Back in action.
yes,
Yeah.
come on, we gotta not we gotta figure this out, but that's okay. And that also, you know, to your point about the plot not being bulletproof, I don't really understand how it all got totally pulled off or what even his plan was, but that's okay.
What Kyle Chandler's plan was?
Yeah.
I think the idea was that they were going to probably wind up killing everybody
Everybody,
involved and
okay.
then taking the money, and
Yeah.
that Stephen Yeun was going to facilitate that.
Okay.
Nice job taking two of America's boyfriends and making them
Mm-hmm.
the heavies. I wanted to ask you guys a little bit about this film in particular, but the artist equity movies that they've been making over the last couple of years in general. And the way that these guys are servicing their public image with these movies rather than challenging that public image. Because there's another version of this movie, not necessarily the one I want, that's a lot more 70s. And maybe one of Matt and Ben are the bad guy in this. And that
Right.
would be pretty interesting to watch the two of them face off in that regard. And
I agree.
this is much more of a testament to their chemistry and friendship than it is about like, what if they were adversaries?
Well, I will say the movie works because I believed it was possible that they were going to face off.
yes.
They did
Right.
pull that punch at the end of the movie, but I was excited by the idea of Chucky and Will having a showdown.
Me too. But the film ends with this sort of like, these are the last two morally
Good
Yeah,
cops.
the,
Yeah.
the last solid
Propaganda?
dudes to
From Netflix in 2026?
But like, rather than
why are they sitting on a beach just like watching? Who is
It's
that
so
woman
good.
with the
strange.
dog?
It's so
And
funny.
it's like,
I was like, and you guys also aren't at that beach. Like, I can tell you that the shot of the sunset is very.
We're in this. Chris, I was talking to Chris about this morning. We're in this extremely vivid post-Heat generation of movies where everyone now who loves movies, from the highest art house to the lowest dingy D-grade crime
and all
movie,
over TV as
is
well.
obsessed with Heat.
Yeah.
Everybody is like Heat, and obviously Chris and Bill have done tremendous work in supporting that
You're the
legacy.
leaders. Yeah.
You know, we've all seen Heat. It's fucking amazing. It's a 5-star classic. Everyone agrees. And now they can't help but get the Heat out into the world. Like, this movie doesn't have to have anything to do with Heat, but the sitting on the beach looking out at the water is the most Michael Mann shit of all time.
Yes, but the most Michael Mann shit of all time would be one guy makes it to the water.
That's true. That would have been the one way to pivot.
I mean, you
against
can't
that.
do Heat without having to make some hard decisions.
But this is a movie
Great.
about brotherhood. It's not and it's not just Scott Adkins and Ben Affleck, but Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Mhm.
And you know, it's a fun movie.
Yes.
It is.
I had a great time.
For a movie on Netflix in January, it's an A+.
yes,
So
Shout
I'm
out
very happy to
Wilbur.
have it.
Didn't know that you could train as a basset hound. That's
I had no idea
looking
that
for
K9
money.
units were coming in all those different sizes and forms.
And I
Is it a thing? Did you look it up?
I didn't,
Okay.
but I mean, and they did also. Like there was a moment where you didn't think Wilbur was going to make it, and I was stressed out about that.
That was
so I
rough.
was connected to Wilbur.
A lot of good dialogue, a lot of good cop talk.
Ben is just really good in movies like this. He's really, really comfortable in a B movie that's got a lot of crime in it. Like, obviously he made The Town. He knows how to be what his energy is. Damon was interesting.
Yeah.
I think he's got a tough part because he has to withhold a lot of information, and he's kind of the mechanic of a scheme.
But when they first get to Sasha Calle's house and they first start interrogating her and going through that, like, Damon has like a 25-minute run where he's basically like slightly bad guy version of the Martian guy.
Mhm.
And he's like, here's how we're going to do this. I
Right.
need all your phones. I need you to go over here. I need you to go over there. And you're like, what's happening, man? Like,
Mhm.
and he is conducting the orchestra in that sense. Like, he is really able to control the center of a movie, unlike very few other actors.
And also when he goes out on the street with Stephen Yeun,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't know what's going to
I love
happen
that
here.
scene.
When they are fainting towards him being departed, Matt Damon, you're like, I could see this.
Yes.
So
It's a great point. That's a really effective scene because you don't know which direction it's going to go. And to your point about like internet boyfriends, Stephen Yeun is just such a genial, likable movie presence that you could never think that he would be the one responsible, even though it's pretty clear from the way the story's playing out that he's doing something wrong.
Right. Well,
I have a question for you.
mhm.
So, you know, I've had some facial hair for the last 6 months.
Yes.
And
I did. They all
they
all
like,
have it.
We all like it's kind of an epidemic. And I'm watching the movie and I'm looking at Matt Damon's facial
really
hair,
intense. Yeah.
and he's letting it gray, you know, and he's
I
not
thought that was
dyeing it.
Odysseus. I thought he was like either on his way
Oh, maybe that's
to doing
possible.
the Odyssey or coming off the Odyssey.
If you look at any movie starring a guy 45 plus now, this is kind of acceptable.
Yes.
And I'm wondering what even inside of me was like, you should just let that happen. And I feel like a lot of the stars now are very comfortably just kind of looking that like half manicured, half haggard facial hair look.
Yes.
What do you make of it? What's it about?
I have to say, I do not understand men and their beards. Like, I don't, it seems like a real hassle. It seems itchy. It seems uncomfortable.
It is just.
I don't.
That doesn't, not for me.
It doesn't? I
No,
mean,
for
that's
me.
great, but it's not, if I were a man, I wouldn't wear one.
Mhm.
It's not my preferred aesthetic. I
Yeah.
think it's nicer when you
What
have
if
a
you
clean
hate
shaven.
yourself though? Would you
Well,
then do
is
it?
that what it is? This is what I'm saying. Like, so it's, I
But
think
does
it's
Matt Damon hate himself?
think
Like,
it's
why
about
did he
you
let
guys.
himself have that facial
I think
hair
he
in
thinks
this
it
big
looks
movie?
like a cop's.
I don't know.
Like,
Also,
he's not
It does.
going home
or
to shave.
maybe it's
It's true.
softening the jawline, you know,
Mhm.
as you age, things get, much
More
looser,
jowly,
and
yeah.
people are really
He's
very into the.
He's never been thinner. He said so. He's
Well,
like,
for
but
the
that
Odyssey.
doesn't- I mean,
yeah.
no
but-
one got him down to 165.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that everything is still like tight, and you get like the jowls.
I've got to look forward
Ozempic
to.
face. Look it up.
I can't think immediately of another example, but in a
Right.
lot of movies this
Wait, you
year,
get
like
gels from
Austin
Ozempic?
Butler has facial hair
Yeah,
all the
when
time,
you rapidly lose a lot of weight, then the skin is looser.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Anywhere.
Don't go losing a lot of weight right now.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just
also
trying to build muscle.
never have a child, because once it stretches out and then it goes away, and that you can't get that back, buddy.
Pro tip for you to not have a child if you can help it. Do not get pregnant. Let's talk about,
could be covering up plastic surgery. Just going to throw that in on the last one.
It's
I don't
possible.
think that that's
I don't think
true.
so either.
I don't think that's true, but that's like another.
Damon specifically has never given me the vibe that he's had work done. Doesn't seem like it.
Are you surprised that these are the kinds of movies these guys are making?
I like it a lot. It makes me feel like it's the 90s, and those guys love the 90s.
Yeah.
They're linchpins of the 90s, and even a movie like Air just feels from a different time. And the fact that they sought out that script and wanted to make that script, I think is great. I don't know where it fits into the hierarchy of Hollywood. Obviously, I believe in their mission of having the money kind of stream down to all the people who worked on the project.
Right.
I think that's very cool. And there's been a lot of writing and a lot of interviews with them about that and the Times and Deadline. You can read those interviews. So I very much believe in that, that structure that they're building. The kinds of movies that they're making are real tweeners.
Yes.
And I don't know if you can actually functionally make a business out of this without streamers. And they've been using streamers to buttress this business.
Right.
This movie in particular is unusual because they got Netflix to pay them in success as opposed to pay them a flat fee.
Right.
That's fascinating that they were able to do that. Bela Bajaria had to go into the New York Times and talk about how we did it here, but we're not doing it again. Our model is our model, but we did it because it's Matt and Ben effectively. But that's an indication that they, because of their force of personality and success, they can bend the system.
Well, I think the next one is also for Netflix. That's Animals, which is the kind of high and low style kidnapping drama where Ben Affleck plays like a mayoral candidate or something.
I don't think that movie got the money
deal.
and success.
I'm just saying you're right. They're essentially using streamers as drive-in movie theaters or something. And when this first started and they first started talking about doing this company, there's another version of this where it's like, we just want to make sure Andrew Dominic has $60 million and all the time he needs to make Assassination of Jesse James again or whatever. And instead they're like, no, we kind of know how to make this kind of movie really well. And we're going to crank them out a little bit in between Matt being in Nolan movies and Ben maybe prepping like a directorial effort.
I mean, I think he directed Animals.
Oh, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
And I think he's also like attached to like the Witness for the Prosecution remake that they're talking about doing. So in any case.
Oh, he's so perfect for that, for the Tyrone Power part. Oh man, that would be great.
I just think it's a really fascinating kind of idea, just to be like, what people want from us is instigators, the rip, Animals, rather than Good Will Hunting, but middle-aged, or
it might just be because they're saleable because they're $75 million movies and not $200 million movies, And the other thing too is like in 1997, Joe Carnahan would never struggle to get a movie made because he'd already made a few movies that were really good, and he would be able to make movies till he was 75 years old. His last two movies are Cop Shop and Game Over, or Boss Level, which are like streaming movies effectively, and they're not bad. Cop Shop's kind of entertaining, the Gerard Butler movie, but if you made The Gray, you'd be able to make movies for a long time. And so I do think that they're doing something with kind of like, they're trying to rebuild the middle class. And I respect that.
And they're like reading the market effectively. They are smart guys. There's like the viral clip of Damon being like, what happened to Hollywood is the DVD business went away. And then so I do think that they just saw, okay, there are no middles and there are streamers that will pay for it at this amount. And what most of the streamers are missing is like quality of any kind. So we can do it a little bit better and they'll pay more for it. So who knows if it'll be a model that works in 5 years, but they're savvy.
It's a really good point. And I feel like the Netflix quality conversation is often oriented around the fact that it's either like, this film is either Roma or The Irishman or the worst movie ever made.
Exactly.
Like there's just there's so few B or B plus movies that they've made over the years for whatever reason.
Yes. It's like you either use the Virgin River set or you've made Roma.
It's a very strange thing, and that's obviously being dramatic, and it's not. There are tons of B movies that they've made that I enjoy watching, but that is the reputation that the studio has, and so this kind of begins to reshape that a bit. So it's beneficial for them too.
I was looking at somebody had put together like a sort of panel of like all these straight to prime video action movies that are often it's like Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa, and it's like two guys who are actually long separated brothers but are also the greatest killers in the world.
Bottom of the barrel of the wink action era.
I hope we're turning somewhere.
Yeah.
I hope we're getting into like.
It's a really good point. This is another movie that's not. It's not super ironic or jokey, or there's not a lot of one-liners. Like the conversations are like the way that cops shit talk each other, not
it's
like
funny.
turning to the audience like Argyle. You know. Okay. Should we draft?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. You made some interesting choices here, category-wise.
Well, I have a couple of questions for you about what I put, because what I
Okay.
tried to do is mirror our George Clooney and Brad Pitt draft in a
Okay.
way in terms of the categories, but that might not be as effective, or it might make the game more interesting. Before we do that, I mean, is there anything you want to say about Damon and Affleck, what they mean to the movies? Obviously, they are spiritual guides for you, Amanda.
Yeah. And as you said, they're 90s guys. They came up in the 90s as we were starting to log on to movies. I've talked a lot about how both Good Will Hunting and their Oscar speech were points to me of being like, I'm paying attention now. There are people who seem to like the same things like I like about movies, but they're younger and they have a like an interest in old Hollywood, but you know, they're smarter, but they like to have fun. So, but I do think they're also really interesting case studies because they did come up together and they're like two actors who experienced a lot of fame and success very early on. And then what are the choices do you make and what do you do with that? And, you know, I think some of those choices were made for them by the media or by the interest. And I'm of course talking about Ben Affleck, but, you know, Damon goes like the pure director's route and figures out like a non-superhero franchise. Affleck goes to Michael Bay land, then goes to Jennifer Lopez land, then starts directing, you know, like the ups and downs and where they are. And they haven't, I think that like traditional narrative would be like, oh, Damon, you know, easily outstripped him. And maybe in terms of quality of films, yes, but like they've been up and down, you know, throughout the 30 years. So it's just an interesting like business school study of what does it mean to be a movie star in our lifetime.
I think Matt Damon has like one of my favorite bodies of work of an active actor right now. I got into a fight with Bill about Brad Pitt versus Matt Damon when we were talking about F1.
A fight.
It was just an argument about like who's a bigger star. And I was like, I actually think Matt Damon has more bigger movies in a way.
Right. I think Brad Pitt is more famous.
Yes.
But yeah.
But it's for similar reasons.
I agree with everything that Amanda said, and I'll just highlight, I find their current iteration of like how they're relating to the world and the business to be basically like this really cool extension of almost like the character that William Goldman inhabits in Adventures in the Screen Trade, where they're both really charming, articulate guardians of movie making.
They're ambassadors. Yeah.
And so whether you're watching Damon on Conan or Damon talking to Michael B. Jordan recently about all the technical aspects of playing Smoke and Stack, or, you know, Affleck talking to Fincher about Mank, you know, and
Affleck explaining cameras to Jennifer Lopez.
it's just like,
Yeah. Listen to Affleck interview Josh Safdie about Marty Supreme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
Affleck
like,
on the Criterion Closet.
yeah, exactly. And so Affleck picking Menace to Society over Boys in the Hood.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
they're just really,
They love movies. They know movies.
Yeah.
They really understand
Yes.
movies, and they love talking about movies. So it makes their external personas just kind of more interesting than like George Clooney. You know, like George Clooney is a good star and he's made some really good movies. It's been a rough 20 years for George Clooney, honestly, but he's just not as interesting. He's more interesting talking about the world than he is talking about Hollywood and films. And he doesn't have that same like cinephilic thing that Damon and Affleck.
I also don't think, I don't know. I wouldn't actually want to disparage him by saying this, but like I was going to say something along the lines of like, I think George Clooney stopped challenging himself by working with directors that might push him in different directions. Whereas I think Matt Damon does that pretty routinely and also plays around a lot with like the role he has in Interstellar is quite dangerous for a guy who's like, I am the hero.
Totally
Like,
agree.
I don't want anybody to ever doubt that like I am the good guy in this movie.
Yes, which is part of why that's, in my opinion, the most effective part of that movie. It is the most surprising thing in the movie. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of theirs. I think they both have fascinating taste. I think the way that you described it is dead on. However, Affleck does also have a Best Picture winner under his belt as a filmmaker. So they're kind of neck and neck in this perverse way if you wanted to pit them against each other somehow. And I think their friendship I find very charming. You know, the fact that they like stuck it out and have not been broken by what is genuinely a nasty business where people are trying to pit you against each other all the time. The fact that they have each other's backs and they built this company in the aftermath of their success is very cool.
Ben Affleck was the only celebrity who got to visit the set of The Odyssey.
Oh, that's cool.
It was like pretty much according to him. It was like a pretty close set, and then he got to show up. Just Ben. But that's beautiful.
You weren't invited after all that
Yeah.
pre-work you did, all that elbow grease on Blue
Well, you
Thunder
won
and
it,
everything.
You know, I mean,
I did win it.
sure you'll get your premiere invite any day now.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think Chris will call me personally? Okay. Well, let's talk about the categories before we set the draft order, okay? So
you don't like the categories.
No, I just said that they were different.
Oh, okay.
You know,
as with Clooney Pitt, here's what we did. We did blockbuster, $100 million or more at the box office, Oscar nominee, Matt and Ben together, directed or produced by, supporting role, and wild card. Now, the one question I have for you guys is Oscar nominee.
So does it have to be in their name, or is it a movie that they were in?
I think that we can do it.
But we have to
And
respect it.
No,
though.
I don't even think that you can do it without breaking it.
Yeah, but if you just have to be like, if somebody picks one of these movies in another category, then that takes one of like
That's
three
correct.
out of this. Right?
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
correct. So we could extend this category to mean any movie that they were in that was nominated for an Academy Award, which is something that we do in other drafts.
right.
In the year drafts.
Or
yeah.
we could say this is a movie that only has 6 potential candidates.
Then let's widen it so
You
that we
wanna
can
widen
get
it.
more movies in.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
We don't have to kill each other.
I didn't
during
do
this.
that work, so it'll kind of be on the fly.
I didn't either. So
Well,
we'll be doing it together.
That's okay.
I did.
You
Oh,
did do that work because you were
congratulations.
afraid and you were going to lobby for
Yeah.
this. I know you so well. It's fucking insane how well I know you. As I was doing this last night, I was like, I know what Ciara's going to
What do you
say.
mean? You
He's
know
going to
what
be
it-
like, this category is too tough. It's going to fuck up the game. We need to widen it so that I can take Interstellar here or whatever.
I didn't even have Interstellar in my top 5 for Oscars.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to read your top 5 right now?
No.
How do you feel about the drafts?
I feel great about them. Aren't they an excuse for us to just chew the fat?
They are.
You know?
They are. How do you feel about them? You've done quite a few these days.
I look forward to seeing Christopher Ryan, you know?
That's nice. You never see him outside of this.
I honestly, he was traveling for a long time.
That's
I
true.
see him, you know,
That's
they're a
true.
way to keep him in Los Angeles for an extended period of time. So
I'm-
it's really nice. You know what I will also say is that we have the smaller table now. And I thought a lot about how now I can push you and
Well,
when
you
you
did
use the
you
roller chair.
shoved me, yeah.
I know, and I watched the video back just to see that you actually did sail slightly,
A
which I
little bit.
really enjoyed. So I like that element of it now in 2026.
I like them too.
Okay, good.
I have a lot of ideas for them. We're not stopping.
Oh, good. Because I
Great.
thought for a second you were like, we're sundowning this.
Yeah.
No, we got 2 weeks off and I came up with a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
Where do your best ideas strike you? Like what time of day? Where are you? And you're like, no, we got to do the.
As you know, I have a very annoying schedule where when I'm not recording, I have 9 Zooms planned. And so if I can get a day
Yeah.
with no meetings,
Mm-hmm.
I can come up with a lot of
So,
shit.
but so you're in front of the laptop. It's not just walking around. You're not at the
Yeah,
playground.
it's
thinking,
either that or furiously masturbating.
Okay. You know what?
No, it's
Bo Bichette's slash line. Yeah.
Oh my God.
well, the problem that I have,
Gross.
I'm glad you asked this.
Now, I'm no longer glad I asked it.
Yeah.
Continue.
Whenever there's dead time, like
Yeah.
when I'm driving, for example, I had a long drive yesterday. I drove all the way to Culver and all the way back.
Oh, you did end up going?
I did. I
Wow.
went to go see Crime 101.
Yeah. well,
And it was a long drive there and
Yeah.
a long drive back. And I just listen to pods the whole time. So I'm not actively thinking about anything. I'm listening. And I
Yeah.
fill a lot of
This
my
is
dead
the
time
hard
with
part.
that.
It's like
Yeah.
in modern life, the input's never off, you know?
It's very true. And I'm
Mhm.
very susceptible to
Mhm.
additional inputs wherever I can find them, as opposed to just sitting quietly with my thoughts.
yeah.
But when focused on the show, it's not that hard.
Okay.
I love doing the show.
I do too. I was just wondering if there's a place where inspiration strikes. You know, you were on a plane recently. I was wondering if Plane Sean got activated.
Yeah, that's a very powerful force.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Don't unleash
Was that a good
force.
Yeah.
was that a good flight for you?
To New York?
Mhm.
Productive.
The way home. Yeah, it was very
Yeah,
productive.
I heard a lot from you on the way
Yeah.
home.
Did
I
you?
was like, yeah, and I was like, sir, it is Saturday morning, and I am in charge of two children.
I got
His
a lot
job
of
is
ideas.
24
you
hours.
know?
Yeah, I know.
Just got a lot of ideas.
I wish you guys, it'd be cool if you got her a pager and you would be like,
Star 911.
You beep
Call
her
me back
when-
immediately. I have a draft idea.
call me back immediately, go see Primate.
Okay.
How's Troy Kotzer in Primate?
It's just the funniest damn thing you've ever seen. Academy Award winning actor.
Recently seen in Black Rabbit with Jason Bateman and Jude
Oh, was
Law.
he?
Oh,
Okay. This
okay.
is the first time I've seen him since Coda.
Yeah.
And the film, because he's deaf, the film cuts out sound whenever he appears. There's one moment in particular where there's a violent ape encounter happening in the other room, and he can't hear it. And he's just like, do, like cleaning up his kitchen. His performance is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
He is on the sending end of one of the dumbest text exchanges in movie history, which I encourage people to check out when they see it, where he's corresponding with a veterinarian, or actually, a DNA specialist around veterinary science.
Okay.
Where he's
And this is
questioning their expertise.
I don't think that you're watching enough new romantic comedies to weigh in on the dumbest text exchange
That's probably
in
true.
cinematic history, but you can do this like asterisks, animal attack division.
I take your people we meet on vacation and raise you a primate.
Well,
That's all I'm going to say.
You know what? I'll say for achievement in text messaging on screen, Heated Rivalry is excellent with that.
Okay.
Because they'll be
I'm gonna check it out.
texting and then they do like Scorsese push-up shots, you know?
Let's do it. Let's cut back to Wednesday night. I got home, had to go pick up my credit card somewhere.
What?
Walked in the house. It's a long story. Walked in the house. Eileen
Did you close out a bar and you forgot your card?
I'll tell you right now what happened. I left my credit card in the bar in New York when I was in New York, because the man who doesn't go to bars
Every
anymore.
7 years you do something really fucking stupid.
Really
like
stupid.
This. Yeah.
Fortunately, I was there with David Sims and Griffin Newman, and Griffin just so happened to be coming to Los Angeles.
That's nice.
So he picked up the credit card, brought it to me. I went and met him on Wednesday. It was very nice.
Thank you,
Got
Griffin.
to see him and some friends. Then I came home, and Eileen is watching Heated Rivalry. And I walked in.
What episode?
She was on episode 3.
Yeah.
And she paused it. And the first thing she said to me was, "Chris likes this?" And then she went on to tell me about the extraordinary amount of gay sex in the TV show. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I'm down for anybody who wants to get after it.
I'm going to try it this weekend. People listening to this, I'll have already hopefully tried it.
Post Martin Luther King, you'll update.
Yeah, exactly.
The fan base. I hope Eileen enjoys it.
She seemed to be enjoying it.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out. Let's get the draft order from Jack. Jack, Matt, and Ben, you in?
Sure. I almost
Okay.
want to come
Wow.
back and check on this.
Okay.
Your fucking Mets hat back there and your glib smile.
You know,
We're
I
back!
this morning I put on a David Wright Shea Stadium edition jersey, and my girlfriend looked at me and she said, "They just signed a player, Jack. Like,
Yeah.
just relax." So I took it off, just wearing the hat.
You know what it is? Here's what happened.
It's also like, if you'd had to get dressed last night, you would have lit everything on fire instead. Like, you
That is
guys,
very true.
it's just
The
the
wild
ups
swings.
and downs. I
You
think
didn't even want him.
But the
That's
thing,
the thing.
the thing is that we spent this whole offseason feeling like they don't care about us. They're trying to reset. They're going to play the kids. This is a slap in the face. They let players we love walk. You would not do this deal if you weren't going for it. It would make no sense. So they showed us that they're going for it, and I appreciate it.
But like, didn't they lose the guy they really needed? So aren't they only half going for it?
They
Well,
lost
I don't
Kyle
think
And
that
I read that. So they offered $50 million a year, and then
Mhm.
he ultimately signed for $60 million a year. Doesn't
that's
Steve
correct. Well,
Cohen have
They
that kind-
offered 60 for the first 2 years.
They offered 55 average annual.
He doesn't have 20 extra million.
I don't think that's really what it was.
It was like
Okay.
Kyle Tucker just wants to be able to go be a free agent. Not Kyle Tucker. Bo Bichette wants to be able to be a free agent again.
She's
No, but I'm
referring to
talking
Kyle
about Kyle
Tucker.
Tucker.
Well, he also wants to be able to be a free agent again because he has the 2 and 3 opt-outs.
There were opt-outs also in the Mets deal, and the Mets were paying a bigger signing bonus, and there were no deferrals. So it was a better deal to sign with the Mets.
Kyle
That would
Tucker's
have
just
been.
like, oh,
But Kyle Tucker's like, I'm a coward, and I want to sign with the Dodgers. I want to win because I'm a coward. That's
Okay.
really what that's about. So fuck him.
Okay.
We don't need him. We've
and
bought
if the
Bichette.
Dodgers are listening, Sean is also available.
Fuck them.
Fuck 'em.
I don't give a shit. What are we like caping for the Dodgers
I'm not
because we live in
fucking
LA?
caping for
That's
them. No.
bullshit.
No, they're going to ruin the sport.
Okay.
No.
What's the order?
Chris first, Sean second, Amanda third.
Okay. Kind of got fucked here, but
Dang.
what are you gonna do?
Is there in your mind a clear number one?
Well, especially if we'd kept the Oscar nominations in the
Yeah.
Mhm.
traditionalist way.
Then
I
the
think
answer
so.
would be yes.
And I will actually, in honor of that philosophy, do the same thing I would have done anyway.
I mean,
Just say Good Will Hunting
Okay.
in
Okay.
Oscar.
yeah,
I do feel that this is the
that
number
is
one
the number
overall
one.
pick.
Yeah, of course.
This is the 4th consecutive time you've gotten the number one overall pick.
No, it's not. No, it's
I think
not.
it is.
No, it's not. And I didn't.
This is definitely
Yeah.
the second time in a row that I'm on the turn at a time when it matters.
Next time this happens, if
And
I'm
also-
first and somebody else has the turn, I'll take the turn. I love the turn.
I feel like
Okay.
you had first in New York.
Did I?
I think so.
Yeah, Die Hard.
Oh,
DV3.
DH with a V.
Yeah,
And-
DH with a V.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DH with a
that
V.
was, if anything showed the discrepancy, the disconnect between the liberal elites and the real people listening to this show, it was that.
Mhm.
It was you guys being like, Die Hard with a Vengeance, are you fucking crazy?
So you're-
and all the people were like,
So the insinuation there is that two liberal elites host the show and yet all regular people
Yeah.
listen to the show. How could that possibly be?
well, I mean, I just don't think they have enough options, you know?
yeah, that's the issue. That is also something Eileen once said where she was just like, why is no one competing with your podcast? It's obviously not true. She just doesn't know the entire landscape of
Yeah.
movie podcasting. Good Will Hunting, you like that film?
Yeah, love it. We did
pretty good.
rewatchables for it in Boston
Live.
with Rosillo and Bill.
A lot of fun.
Great Rosillo story about Bunker Hill College.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, it was. This is where it all began.
Same.
Well, actually, where it all began, and it's always delightful to hear their stories about these guys going out for Dead Poets Society,
Mhm.
these guys going out for different movies like coming
Mm-hmm.
up, and so they were trying to get into films before this, and
Mhm.
obviously wrote themselves into Hollywood history.
Where are you on the William Goldman conspiracy theories? With
I
this
don't
movie?
believe it.
don't
I think at this point it's probably like Goldman and Reiner both had some suggestions and they followed them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
fully,
I mean, I
fully
agree as well. I
I
think
mean, I think
that's
just saying
how writing
take the
things work.
CIA plot out of this or
Yeah.
whatever is a
I-
good idea.
It's still strange to me though that there's not another movie that's just the two of them that they wrote that is like a character drama. Like that is something that we do need in Hollywood is
Yeah.
guys and women obviously, but these two guys specifically doing.
It's fine.
We need
Yeah.
we need some women.
Women may also speak to one another.
They're allowed to if they want to.
Yeah.
I wish they would write another movie. It doesn't have to be Good Will Hunting 2 hunting season. You know, it needs to be something
Yeah.
else, but I would like to see them
Last
do it.
Duel Nicole Hofcenter's script that they also wrote on, or was it their
I think
script
it was the
and
opposite,
they had her
right?
come in and
Yeah,
do,
they had her come in.
They brought
Gotcha.
her in for her perspective.
A woman.
and it was the better for it.
Do you feel that you're a woke movie watcher?
Oh my god.
In what sense?
Like, are you thinking about what's the diversity of this storytelling?
No. I'm just thinking about whether it's true. It feels
Whether it
true.
feels
whether
true.
it feels true.
Not if it's a true story.
Yeah.
What about you?
You
Afraid
have-
to answer.
You have a pick.
Okay. I'm gonna go with directed or produced by and take the town.
I mean, it's what I would have done too. So I
'Cause
mean,
that's the
that's
best
why
movie.
this is how I got fucked.
That they have directed or produced. There's plenty of good movies for that category.
I know, but I wanted one of those too.
And you don't think executive producer counts, right?
This is not. No, it's got to be. You got to have a hand in actually
The
making it.
Lindas want you to open the door. It's just this movie fucking rips.
We also showed the town when we were in
Yeah,
Boston for that
yeah, yeah.
rewatchables at the Coolidge Corner, and we stayed. Did we stay for the whole movie?
We
Did
stayed
sit
for a
through?
lot of it.
I feel like
so
we
how, because
very
I
addictive
rewatched
movie.
it the other night and I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And then they do the like North Boston.
Where they get caught.
The nuns.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I'll just like watch this and then I'll turn it off. And then, it
Yeah.
just like keeps going. And then like they're starting Fenway. And it's like, well, I can't.
It's very involving.
Yeah.
Even after 100 times, it's very involving.
Postlewaite's Fergie, late breaking rewatchables character.
Oh,
He's coming in this year.
yeah.
He's making some appearances.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what did he do to his mother?
He gave her a little taste.
Gave her a little taste. Yeah, I love
I
this
did
movie.
your daddy the chemical way.
This category might actually be a little harder than Oscar nominee
is
now.
hard.
So
Yeah.
this is why I put it here. Yeah, The Town's great. I think his other movies that he's directed are good, except for Live by Night, which I think is very strange. And we can talk about that if it ends up getting picked at all. But that's the only movie of theirs really that I've only watched one time.
Yes.
But yeah, I love The Town. So easy pick there. Okay, Dobbins, we got 2 picks.
Yeah, I do. Okay. So, I mean, I would have picked Good Will Hunting 1 and The Town 2. And it opens up a little bit here. There are obviously a lot of movies that we all love
Mm-hmm.
that are eligible here. So I guess I'll just go with In Blockbuster, I'll take Gone Girl, which is
Intriguing.
still the single best movie made about Ben Affleck. And there have been many at this point. He is an interesting concept to investigate. The Town, in many ways, could be seen as a movie about Ben Affleck trying to understand parts of himself. But great movie. We screened it as a part of the Friends of the Fest at the American Cinematheque, and that was really, really fun.
Played so beautifully.
Yeah.
Everyone laughed exactly where you should.
Yes. So I'll do that in Blockbuster because we used to be a country where Gone Girl, directed by David Fincher,
Was a blockbuster.
was a blockbuster.
Didn't it make like $350
Yeah,
million?
no, it was
That was
insane.
great.
Did you see the
That was a good
photo
time.
of Adventures of Cliff Booth where
No.
the clapboard photo and
That they wrapped.
and it says teleplay by Quentin Tarantino? Thought that was
That's cute.
Well, does that mean it will feel more like a TV movie then?
I'm fine with that.
Okay. And then
We know Quentin loves a 70s TV movie.
because we've opened up Oscar nominee, I can indirected or produced by Take Manchester by the Sea,
Yes.
Yes, you
which
can.
is Matt Damon produced the absolutely devastating Kenneth Lonergan movie about New England. It's outside Boston, right?
Outside of Boston.
And not being able to get past your mistakes, which, in this case, I don't know whether it's not possible to, but most movies try to sand that off or to give you hope.
The single greatest what if of Matt Damon's career.
Yeah.
It's if he had taken this part.
Taking the Casey Affleck part. Yeah.
I think we got the best version of the movie,
Yeah.
personally. And it seems like it was, he's the one who put Casey up for it, right? And that's part of the
I
reason
think
why.
they worked it for a long time, and it was like, if we do this, like, I'm busy for the next 3.5 years,
Mhm.
and so I will step aside. And if I step aside, I want Casey to play the part.
An unusually funny episode of The Rewatchables about this movie. That is perhaps the saddest film of the 2010s. I love that movie. Great pick. Okay. I've got another pick. This is a tough one because I don't know where you're going to go. And so I need to account for what you're going to get on the turn.
Mhm.
So how do I be strategic and just get something I really want right now at the right time? Or do I just follow my heart and say, come what may? Like, for example, I don't care about Jason Bourne. I'm on the record about that. Like, those
Okay.
movies don't really do it for me. So I don't need to. But
Why don't
like
they do it for you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't dislike them, but I'm not a subscriber to the cult.
But isn't your favorite the one with Renner?
The Bourne
I
Legacy.
really,
Yes.
really love it. I think my favorite is Supremacy, the second one.
Yeah.
Mm,
Although huge Famke potent.
I was going to say,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll.
It's okay. Take your time.
It's tough.
We're
What did-
vamping?
you picked what?
Yeah.
Your first
I
pick?
took The Town and
And
directed or
and-
produced
Right.
by.
All right.
And I guess you can only get so many here, right? You can only take so many away from me. So I'll just take what I think is the best entrant in this category, which is Matt and Ben together in Dogma.
Yeah.
They're amazing in this movie, which was like kind of lost to time.
Mhm.
I interviewed Kevin Smith on the pod last year. I asked him 2 questions. He spoke for 1 hour.
Yes.
God bless him for it. He told great stories. The movie has since been reissued on 4K. I looked at it last night. It looks great.
Okay.
Matt and Ben play fallen angels in this movie. who-
They're awesome in this movie.
This is, you'll laugh because it's a Kevin Smith movie. Some of Ben Affleck's best acting ever.
Is the conference room scene the best they've ever been together?
No, the parking garage. That's the best.
Oh,
scene.
yeah. It is. It's good.
With them going back and forth about the nature of God and order in a Kevin Smith movie is legitimately exciting to me. I've always had a really soft spot in my heart as a fallen angel of sorts as well, a lapsed Catholic. And I really appreciate that Kevin Smith, after making a bunch of dick joke movies, attempted to do something like this. This is also something that I think is missing from the movies right now, even though it's a little clunky at times. But I just think they're really, really special together. And all these other movies I think are not bad that they're in together. I like them.
Yeah.
But this feels to me like their essence in the 90s.
Yeah.
It is also the most you of them together.
I'm following my heart.
So this is an interesting place where the categories wind up dictating the choices a little bit more than my personal taste.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But be that as it may, I'll go Matt and Ben together and take The Last Duel.
Okay.
There's not that many of them left. I think in the long test of time, it The Last Duel eclipse The Rip. Although I probably had more fun watching The Rip.
Sure. Well, I mean, neither subject matter is uplifting.
No.
Yeah.
But I would say that The Rip has more fun, except for Ben Affleck, who's having a great time
most
throughout The
fun
Last Duel.
in The Last Duel, yeah.
I think The Last Duel is quite good.
Me
And
too.
Yeah.
a little bit overlooked because of the period in which it was released.
Mhm.
And
And also the amount of movies Ridley Scott was putting
it
out
was
at
a
that time.
2-movie year for Ridley,
Was that House
right?
of Gucci?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. And so it kind of got a little pushed aside, but it is also a tough
Mhm.
sit. And the way that the movie concludes is quite
Right.
serious.
Yes.
But I think the movie's very good.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and I will do Argo for directed or
Mm.
produced by.
Yeah.
And Argo, it's just a very well made. It's like Moneyball to me. If you can distract yourself from its truthfulness, it is
Okay.
like a very well made genre film.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of
Excuse me.
Yeah.
So when you watch Moneyball, you're holding its truthfulness against it?
no. I just think it's worth noting that
Okay.
they had an excellent pitching staff that comes up
great.
0
So
times.
like
in
everyone
Moneyball.
is very, very raw about baseball right now, is what I'm learning.
No, I worship Moneyball.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's that Eric Chavez, Miguel Tejada, Barry Zito, Mark Mulder, and who was
Tim Hudson.
and Tim Hudson are not mentioned.
It's
That's
just
true.
like
as a pathway
these
to
guys
success
won
for the
the
A's.
division by having Scott Hatterberg walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just that's all that happened.
Yes.
When then he hit the home run at the really important
Yes.
moment, okay? And the sound cuts out. So,
It's awesome.
The movie's
you know,
great.
like,
It's
how
not-
can you
it's
not be
the most-
romantic about baseball?
So is Argo, even though it sounds
It's
like
Argo
it was,
rules.
it was like
Argo's
a
really
pretty
good.
seamless departure from Tehran for those guys.
yes.
It makes it seem like they're being chased, you know. But just an excellently well-made movie, and also like the Hollywood stuff in Argo is so great.
Yeah.
So happy to have that.
Yeah, Arkin and Goodman are fantastic in the movie.
You have
okay,
another pick.
I have another. He just grabbed 2. He had The Last Duel and Argo.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So now I've got to pick. This is just feel. I'm going Oscar nominee The Martian, just
Okay.
because there are vanishingly few acting nominations for our figures here.
Right, but we opened it up.
I know,
right?
but I
you're
feel
being-
better about
Okay.
picking The Martian here because Damon is the absolute
Sure.
center of the movie. He's phenomenal in this movie. It's also a hugely nominated movie. 2, 4, 6, 7 nominations, 0 wins for The Martian.
Mhm.
Shameful.
Did somebody get a supporting nod in this?
No supporting. It's screenplay, production design, sound editing, and sound mixing, and visual effects along with picture.
What a crazy cast this movie had.
Really good.
Mhm.
Really good. I like this movie a lot. I think this is perhaps the best use of Damon's talents in a film in terms of his ability to
Mhm.
sell
It's a very
defeated,
it's basically
intelligent,
Right.
overcoming struggle. Like he really he
it's just
uses all of his
talk
pitches.
show host, his talk show guest persona
Yes.
put into a
Yeah.
giant blockbuster.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of credit to the novel and the story and the framework that he fit, but he just slides right into it beautifully. Speaking of Ridley Scott, 2 Ridley Scott movies off the
Mhm.
board already. Okay, Dobbins, you got 2
Yeah.
picks.
I'm going to take the other side of Matt Damon in Oscar nominee, and it is he was not nominated for a best actor for this, but he should have been. So I feel comfortable putting the talented Mr. Ripley in this space.
Great.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite Matt Damon performance. And it is everything that The Martian is not. And it comes very soon after Good Will Hunting, and he plays against his charisma and his confidence and is just like a really messed up weirdo. And I just couldn't love this movie more. So
You also screened this movie at the American
I
Cinematheque.
did!
A trend is on.
yes, for Friends of the Fest. So also my other 2 things in this category were The Martian and Argo, which you guys already took. So talented Mr. I could have found something else, but that was all the Googling that I did. So now I have Matt and Ben together, supporting role, and wild card left. I have a cute idea for Matt and Ben together. So,
I think I can guess what that is.
and
I think
I
I
think
can
that,
as well.
yeah, and I don't think that you guys are going to take it anywhere else.
Mhm.
So
So you're going to wait.
I'm going to wait.
Ooh.
And I think I can go into supporting role.
You sure you don't want me to just take School Ties and Wildcard right now? Because I'll do it.
Oh, it's not that. It's a different one.
It's not that.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
it's a different one. But, you know, let's see. But so I think now I just got to go with what I want in supporting role. Even though I think you guys would go for the most obvious one, but I'm going to be cute and true to my heart and supporting role as well and take Ocean's 12.
Oh, Wow.
which, you
'Cause
know,
the
it's
nose
an
plays?
ensemble film. Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, that's 13.
13.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
I wasn't in 4 Weddings and a Funeral.
He is more of the star of 12.
Yes, but it's an
Yes.
ensemble. Listen,
It- okay,
okay?
okay.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Linus does get
Does
his
Linus,
moment.
does he get the most
Oh, I thought
lines
Brad
in the
Pitt
movie?
was the star of 12.
Yeah,
Because
because
of
of
the
the Catherine Zeta-Jones stuff.
Maybe
And
you're
it's
right.
like, and it's
Maybe
like
you're right.
Danny handing it over to Rusty. And Linus like does come into his
He
own
just
at
has
the
a
end of
huge
12.
part at the end. Yeah.
And then that
he's
sets
so
him
funny.
he sets him up for 13.
Yeah.
But
Is he the star of 13? I got to rewatch 13.
I think if you have to pick a star, he would be 13. Yeah,
Got
but
it,
so
okay.
I choose him in Ocean's 12, which is just an absolutely wonderful movie and does embody like were I Adam Sandler and I could just pay for everyone I love to be in a fun movie together,
Mhm.
like I would pick Ocean's 12 and I'd pick all those people and I'd pick those locations and you know I'd learn some parkour and it would be a great time.
What is it? South of France? Monaco? Where are they?
Um,
Where's Catherine Zeta-Jones living? Where's the
Rome, I
Night
thought.
Fox?
Well, Night Fox is in the south of France.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that's south of France. But I think they do the heist in Rome. I think that's where the
Got
egg
it.
is going to be
Yeah.
on display. No. It's in Italy because they filmed it like not at Clooney's Como
Villa?
place,
Yeah.
but like nearby.
That's where Albert Finney is at the end, right?
No, I think he's somewhere else on a
Okay.
different island.
Can I make a request?
Yeah.
Will you guys refer to me as the Night Fox going forward?
Sure. If you can do the dancing through the laser
Yeah.
beams, I will call you the Night
I
Fox.
think I need to stretch a little more to be able to figure that out. How about this? What if you just referred to me as the Night Fox not in my presence?
Okay.
Like,
sure.
will the Night Fox be
Oh,
there?
That's
yeah.
great.
Do you know what time Night Fox is arriving? So was that 2 or did you
Yeah,
just pick
that was
one?
2 because they
Okay.
did Talented Mr. Ripley.
Okay, so I'm up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Blockbuster and I'm taking The Departed,
Oh, okay.
which are you upset?
No.
You
Yeah.
just
Yeah, but
ice,
you
ice
did-
grilled me there.
Yeah, like you held that reaction a little bit
The
longer.
Departed.
No,
which
I was
rocks.
thinking-
Okay.
I actually, when you said The Departed, I was like kicking myself for not talking about The Departed during the rip
Oh,
because I was
Yeah.
like, this movie would up being more like Den of Thieves than The Departed.
Amanda
Kind of.
mentioned
Yeah.
it.
Well,
She did mention that
just
he.
the
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah.
Damon of it all. But
Yeah.
you're right that it faints away from the Departed
The
into
Rat Damon.
yeah.
Rat Damon. That's right.
Can you call me Rat Damon when I'm not around?
Matt Damon not nominated for an Academy Award in this film, despite
Shockingly.
some of his best work. Obviously, Leo is also terrific in this
Yeah.
movie. This movie won Best Picture, but didn't really get like all of those hosannas
Sure.
that you usually expect for a movie like this. And it makes the Marty win feel even more like a makeup win or something because like
Yeah.
this movie didn't get 9 wins, even though I think it is pretty clearly lived on. It's the 20th anniversary of The Departed this year, and
I wonder if we'll repart. No,
we've reparted. We need to
Mhm.
repart.
Yeah.
I could pot about this movie any day of the week.
Anytime.
It is fabulous and super weird, as you've pointed out over the years, the way that it's made, where it just feels like they're like pre-torn jeans. The movie, you know, it's just kind of like messy and burnt on the edges, and the editing style is kind of insane.
Shots don't
Tell
match.
me more about your concepts of pre-torn
Well,
jeans.
I've just spoken with Jack Fisk, and he told me all
Okay.
about it. So
sure. Oh,
I
he's distressing the jeans?
well, he explained how they age things on set.
But you don't mean
right,
like
but that's very different from the like
Travis
fake
Scott's-
distress that you're
yeah.
walking into at Urban
Well,
Outfitters.
you'll have to listen to the interview to learn how
Yeah, no,
Master does it.
he's doing
are
it
you
with
implying that
craft.
Sean gets his clothes from Urban Outfitters?
I really don't know at
I'm
this
having
point.
Jack
I don't
Fisk
think-
make all my clothes.
I don't
going
know if
forward.
Rag and Bone is selling distressed jeans at the silhouettes that Sean is looking for.
I don't know.
Uh,
Perhaps
What number is it again?
3, right in the middle there.
Are you going to try and get sponsored by Rag and Bone?
Shouldn't hurt.
Do you do like a distressed jean ever?
No.
Are you wearing new jeans or are you exclusively vintage at this point in
I
your journey?
buy Levi's 502 made in Japan.
Okay, but vintage
Wow.
or new made?
How are
They're
those
new.
tariffs
Okay,
working out?
yeah.
I'm taking a little bit of
Yeah,
A
that.
little L there. Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
get them from Japan.
Okay, but no.
You don't fly to Japan to get them?
I should though. The dollar is strong
yeah,
there.
but
Is it salvage? Like what are we talking about
I'm
here?
wearing them right now. They're just jeans.
yeah, but
feel
they're
them?
not distressing.
Can I touch them?
Yes. So weird.
Zip fly or button fly?
Zip.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Is that wrong?
No, I just you know.
You think that makes him less of a man?
I prefer a straight button fly these days.
Do you?
I'm only doing vintage also.
Okay.
Wearing button fly as well. Blockbuster's a loaded category. The Departed was at the top of my list. A lot of contenders here.
Mhm.
Have you taken Blockbuster
Nope.
yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have places to go.
You have another pick?
Nope, you have 2 picks now.
In Blockbuster, I'll take Armageddon.
Wow.
Which is kind of the first.
Good
for
for
one
you.
thing, I wanted to
Wow.
Okay.
wait it a little bit for Ben. I don't think
Okay.
I'm going to pick another Affleck starring film or Affleck kind
Got
of
Yeah.
fountain movie.
Mm-hmm.
Armageddon also. Blockbuster, these guys are pretty popular people, so a lot of different kinds of movies are blockbusters for them, but
Mhm.
Armageddon is the capital B blockbuster.
Yeah. I was seriously considering this in Wildcard in order to expand my Ben palette.
Oh yeah.
You know?
So that's the funny thing about this.
Because I don't
would
know if
say
my final is going to represent
your actual love
my
for him.
passion. Yeah.
To me
you gotta
it's
swerve now. Then
the long
Well-
list is 80-20 Matt to me. 70-30 Matt.
it's tough because Ben directed 3 really good movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one truly great movie, which I drafted, and then 2 movies that I like a lot.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
So it does balance the scales a little bit, but Damon's just got. I think being in Ocean's Born and the
movies.
Nolan
Nolan
movies
movies.
is just
Yeah.
like pretty overwhelming.
Yeah. But yeah, I know that Bourne's in here and a lot of stuff, but Armageddon to me is when I close my eyes and think of a summer blockbuster.
Oh my
It's
God.
this. I know
When he
some people
sings
do
Leaving
for
on a Jet Plane, are you kidding me?
Independence Day or
Like,
whatever.
are you fucking kidding? My 15-year-old heart just absolutely
Why didn't you draft
shattered.
it? What are you doing? Why did you draft
Because
that
I
movie?
got Gone Girl, which is still the single best movie about Ben Affleck.
Well,
I stand by my choice.
okay.
And also, I believe in a world where that movie is eligible for Blockbuster, okay? So
Okay.
that's pre-Netflix Fincher. So whatever. But it's powerful. I'm backing him up.
Okay, cool. I like Armageddon too.
Uh,
Criterion
I was
Collection.
mean about the jeans, so
Yeah.
to whom?
to you, to the zip fly. I'm sorry.
There's
about
nothing
that.
wrong with a zipper fly.
Yeah, well,
What's wrong with it? Why don't you get into it? With your whole chest. What's up with zip flies?
well, I will actually tell you that post carrying 2 children, the
Yeah.
zipper fly provides like a structural support that's like helpful to me. The
Okay.
button, yeah, there's a
Button fly. Is
yeah, the button
structurally-
fly. Yeah, sorry. So that's a
Mm.
I don't have to
that's
wor-
a
it's
practical
only
thing.
getting
You don't
tighter
have
Just
to
kind of
worry
like
about that.
bracing
Yeah.
on a
Like-
an earthquake zone home. Is that like how it works?
Literally, yes.
Yeah, like
I-
bracing the foundation.
I know, like you're like making a joke, but like this is
No,
what I'm dealing with
making an
every
accurate
day,
comparison,
right? The
yeah.
skin,
Do you feel that as though you may topple over at any moment?
not anymore in that way.
Okay.
Emotionally?
And that's more of a core support, you
Yeah,
know?
sure,
Like you
yeah.
should look into that because I'm lifting stuff all day, and as are you.
I'm not lifting stuff.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And your back is suffering, and
Yeah.
I'm doing my little workouts, and I'm
Mhm.
wearing my button fly jeans as a brace.
This is not something I give a lot of
You
thought to.
can't get this on any other movie podcast. So when my wife asks me, why is no one compete? You can't compete with
Yeah,
this
you can't.
conversation about button fly versus zipper fly. This is one of one content.
I do have some jeans that are button fly, but
Yeah.
when I put jeans on, it's not like what's
I mean,
the
it's just
fly?
it's also like the vintage 501s are button fly.
I
And then the
don't- I-
505s are zipper, which I was like trying for a while, but they don't
I
really
need you to-
hold their structure.
Go be.
Yeah.
I don't look good in 501s.
That's
Really.
okay.
No,
Have you tried on enough?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, we should go to American Rag
Let's
sometime.
you and I
me.
go jean shopping. It's
Yeah.
incredible. It's incredible content.
That's good YouTube content.
You will not find that on Ringer Movies, just for the record. Okay, Sierra, you've got another pick.
I'm going to take Born Supremacy and Wildcard.
Good. Great. Wasn't on my board.
This is probably the sort of like the peak of the green grass iteration of these movies. I'm not a big Jason Bourne fan. The third one is good, but 2 is the one that features the huge twist in the beginning plus the Russia car chase. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. and Matt Damon is really good as Jason Bourne.
Mhm.
Did you see The Lost Bus? With Paul Greengrass. You're looking at me like, like you've
because I
never
was just
seen me before.
thinking that I almost put Paul
Right.
Greengrass's new movie up on the auction where it's about a peasant rebellion in the 14th
Yeah.
century.
Yes.
And that looks sick.
That film's called The Uprising.
Yeah.
It stars Andrew Garfield and Jamie Bell. I'm very excited
Oh.
about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love both those guys.
Yeah. It's actually
Um,
produced by Blumhouse.
I did not see Lost Bus. I know
Coming
that
up
it's
through Focus.
right there on my Apple TV, but I didn't see it.
Was not a big fan.
Okay.
Greengrass, I really like generally. And I think his post-born output is a little underrated.
Have you ever?
What was the Tom Hanks
News of
pandemic
the
movie?
World,
Yeah, well, sure, but
Oh.
News of the World is what I was talking about.
which is I thought pretty good.
I mean, he definitely just goes around town reading the news to people, but like, you know,
that's peak podcasting.
how did we?
All about.
It's how we got our information.
That's absolutely right.
Uh,
Okay, so you got 2 there.
What do you have left?
What do you have
I
left?
have supporting role.
I have supporting role left too, and I'll be taking Dazed and Confused just to get my Ben numbers up.
Yeah.
Okay.
O'Banion, legendary piece of shit.
Yeah.
Affleck has done this part a few times. I also
Mallrats.
revisited Mallrats last
Yeah.
night as Shannon.
What's his way of describing anal sex in that? I'm gonna have sex with
in
her
an uncomfortable place.
uncomfortable place, and they're like in the back of a Honda.
a very deranged movie. I watched the movie last night. I watched the extended cut. You guys familiar with this? It's
No.
2 hours and 1 minute.
Good. Okay.
There's like a whole 15 minutes at the beginning of the movie that sets up Michael Rooker's character as like the guy who's going to
The
run this
chocolate
game
pretzel
show.
guy?
Yeah. And there's lots of Claire Forlani and Jason London stuff at the beginning of it that
Okay.
like I didn't know existed. They like really sliced and diced this movie and then served it up to us, which, is a favorite of ours. And we watched as teenagers and is extremely stupid. Though Jason Lee, possibly the single best performance of the 90s is
Unbelievable.
Jason Lee in Mallrats. He's the funniest person who's ever lived. I don't know what the hell happened to that dude. Dazed and Confused, though, perfect film, 5-star classic. Nice introduction for Affleck, who is a very recognizable insecure bully. I remember older kids in my high school that were like this guy, overcompensating and extremely mean to small children. So him getting the paint dumped on him, iconic shit. Love this movie. Okay, Amanda?
So what do you have left?
Oh, I have my last 2. I have Matt and Ben together, and I have Wildcard. So Matt and Ben together. Matt and Ben famously had cameos in the Fenway scene at Field of Dreams. In Field of
that
Dreams.
is true.
So I will be taking Field of
Fucking
Dreams.
Sneaky little.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, there I
It
go.
is- it
That's
is
what
eligible.
happens
Yeah.
when you get the 3rd pick. You got to be creative.
It is eligible.
That's a great call.
Field of Dreams, just an absolutely amazing Costner performance. I also, this has nothing to do with Matt and Ben, but was rewatching scenes of Truth or Dare in order to get ready for the moment. And remember when Kevin Costner meets Madonna in
Oh,
Truth
yeah.
or Dare? Just very funny.
What does he say to her? He's like,
That was,
Pretty
That
neat.
was neat.
That was
Thanks
neat.
for having us.
it's kind of like how I react to eating mushrooms at
Yeah.
a small plates restaurant.
That was neat.
Anyway, I didn't get the Fenway raid from the heist from the town, but I got Field of Dreams. And then I have Wildcard, which could go a few different ways. So I was going to do Armageddon to get up my Ben. And obviously Gone Baby Gone is still on the table. At one point I had The Accountant 2 in director produced by as like a back pocket situation,
Tough one.
which I mean it's tough.
That would have been rough.
Who directed The Accountant too?
Gavin O'Connor.
Oh, that's right.
Who directed
Yeah.
The Accountant.
Remember the team of hackers at the
Oh
school?
Yeah,
my
like the
God, I
8-year-olds.
forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was like The Accountant 2, Havoc, and what was the third one that we did together? This is basically this time last
The
year. right?
Amateur?
The Amateur.
The Amateur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I really wish The Amateur were better.
Just needed a different lead.
It did. Yeah. But
Put Andrew Garfield in there.
oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
So like I could do my Affleck, but I guess, and you already did Born Supremacy. So what would should I do? I don't really think I want to do Shakespeare in Love, even though I do like that movie and he's good in it.
What,
and
you're in
obviously
Wildcard right now?
Gwyneth era, yeah.
Okay.
Jack,
have the Mets done anything since we started?
Well, I'm
I
just
don't believe so.
Okay.
thanks.
So there's no time limit on when they can. It's not like
I mean, all the guys will be gone over
Pit-
the weekend, probably.
Time limit on baseball, you mean?
it's not like there's not a deadline.
Let's see.
No, this is something that
Okay.
people have been asking for in the
Okay.
sport because this has been a really elongated offseason. But I
And
mean,
then
pitchers
Scott
and catchers
Boras
in 3 weeks.
holds all his guys, hostage for a while.
He does. There's still some big players on the board, though. Framber Valdez still unsigned. How do you feel about losing Ranger?
I mean, I liked him. I
I'll
wish
do
him
Gone
well.
Baby Gone. I'll
He-
do Gone Baby Gone.
Gone, baby, gone.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Wow.
Well,
Ranger Suarez owned the Mets, so I'm
listen,
happy to see him go.
I respect Ben Affleck.
Gone Baby Gone's an
It's
incredible
an awesome
movie. I've
and
also
really
tried
upsetting.
to get
Also, like
Bill
Amy
to-
Madigan back in the news,
Yeah.
you know.
Good point.
So It's very upsetting.
Yeah, I tried to get Bill to do it, and he was like, "It's too upsetting."
It's really, really upsetting. I
We did
rewatched some of it last
Hereditary.
night, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, yeah, it's true."
Hereditary.
Hereditary is funnier though. Yeah.
Yeah, with the Coke House.
I
and
think
Gone Baby
also-
Gone is really sad.
Not to spoil Bone Temple and Hereditary. So I guess fast forward, but
Hereditary's 10 years old.
well, you never know with people on this show.
It's true.
Just like absolutely
If
grow
they
up.
had one other
But-
movie podcast to listen to, maybe they could find one that doesn't spoil Bone
So-
Temple.
So people being lit on fire,
Yeah.
doesn't bug me at all. I just think it's kind of cool. There
Oh,
I
that's
am.
it.
There I am on that. That's
We
my
should
take.
get you into the Halloween movies.
Okay.
Because I feel like Michael Myers is frequently being lit on fire. And then 5 minutes later, he's like, I'm
Yeah.
fine.
It's so interesting you should say that because I was talking to Phoebe last night about different things on the pit that gross us out versus
Sure.
stuff that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really not into anything with skin,
Oh, yeah, skin is upsetting.
Oh, yeah,
but
Bone-
like
Bone
I
Temple's
don't
a
want to
no-go.
which Bone Temple.
I don't want to see them after they've been lit on fire.
Yeah.
But like when they burst into flames, I'm just like, ooh.
But I'm like,
the power of fire.
almost all I need you to get 4 fingers in there and lift that up.
Eat me, the American Prometheus.
The power of fire.
Anyway, Gone Baby Gone is a very upsetting.
pick.
I haven't revisited
film.
this in a while. I'd like to see it again.
Yeah.
I like this movie a
It's
lot.
quite good.
The board really just played it completely in my favor. I got everything
Okay.
I wanted, and I'm
Good.
going to get what I wanted at Wild Card. So
Okay.
I'm really happy about it.
How
Congratulations.
wild are
Um,
you going to get?
Well,
with
I just feel like
Wildcard?
I've been stymied quite a bit in drafts recently.
So you're going to pick Oppenheimer here?
No, I'm going to take Rounders, which is
Oh, sure.
one of my favorite movies of all time.
Okay.
And some of the best Damon you'll ever see. And I think one of his great star turns as a kind of classical, to your point earlier about how they're kind of these like
Mhm.
emissaries of Hollywood who stand for a certain kind of thing. The part in Rounders, as constructed, is something that, Paul Newman could have played, that any great star
Sure.
from the 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s could have played. And Damon fits that so comfortably. I love that movie. I've talked about it incessantly over the last whatever years I've been podcasting. Feeling good about it.
So I have my last pick then.
Yes.
Supporting role, Saving Private Ryan.
Ah,
There's a ton of really good Matt Damon work out there that I could shout out for supporting role, from one of his breakthroughs in Courage Under Fire
Mhm.
to his appearance in Che Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
no
I'm-
sudden move.
No sudden move, more of like a cameo, but an incredible
Oh, wait,
cameo.
yeah.
But yeah, I will go with Saving Private Ryan. Just watched like a very delightful. I think he was talking to, I can't remember who he was talking to, but Damon telling an anecdote about Spielberg like doing 2 takes and moving on and being
Mhm.
like, just trust me, like I know how to make a movie. He's interesting in this movie just because I think when I watched it, I wasn't like, that guy's going to be in my life for the next 35 years as a major movie star.
Yeah.
Like he's supposed to be a little bit annoying in this film.
Mhm.
They're supposed to have
It's a genius aspect of the screenwriting
Yeah.
is to make him kind of an ingrate and to be, ungrateful
Unworthy
for,
of the-
for the,
yeah.
this
Yeah.
journey that these men have gone on.
exactly. So, but a fantastic performance in a 5-star all-timer movie.
A lot of really good Ben supporting parts that are a little bit lost to time.
Like Boiler Room.
Boiler Room's
Sure.
one, right? That's kind of an extended cameo. Hollywoodland, where he plays George Reeves,
Right.
who played Superman. That's sort of kicked off his comeback after the series of misses he had at the box office. I thought he's really funny in Extract. Did you ever see the Mike Judge movie starring Jason Bateman? But a guy who owns a liquid extract
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
And Affleck plays his buddy. He's so funny in that movie. Tender Bar. He's
I almost
excellent
did
in the
Tender Bar. Yeah.
He's very funny in Air, very effective as Phil Knight.
I was just watching, it was on cable the other night, State of Play,
Oh yeah,
where he
Yeah.
plays the
Yeah.
congressman. Yeah.
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 I much prefer the British
Me too.
adaptation of that, which I think you put me on to.
Yeah. That was one of my first, like, there's TV over there and you can get it on like BitTorrent and it's amazing.
I remember you definitely
Not
you
that I
showed that
used
to me.
BitTorrent.
There's TV over there.
Pirate Bay is what you
Not
used.
not that I used any torrenting sites.
You did. You
Did
said
not.
You said you did.
Pam Bondi,
Got it.
don't come at me.
Don't at me. You mentioned Shakespeare in Love, also a good Ben supporting part. Interstellar undrafted.
Yeah. What? Chris didn't do it.
Yeah, I mean, I adore Interstellar. I thought about taking it in Blockbuster.
Is Oppenheimer a supporting part?
I had it on the
very much
list as
so.
well,
Wasn't
yeah.
he nominated for supporting actor?
don't
No,
think so.
he
No.
wasn't.
No,
He should have
not.
been.
Probably.
He's really
He's
good.
excellent.
This
in
is
that
the
movie.
most important thing.
in the history of the world. True Grit, also a great
Yeah.
supporting
yeah.
part.
Fuck yeah, dude.
LaBeef,
Yeah.
love True Grit. Ford v Ferrari
Doesn't it feel like Affleck
Sure.
should have been in a Coen Brothers movie
does.
at some point?
Maybe they
Well-
don't find him funny.
Yeah.
I do. I think he's very funny.
But he's funny in a different way than George Clooney is funny. Like the unknowing or the true dumb humor that they do with Pitt too. Ben Affleck's not like dumb funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see him trying to do that specifically in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back
Yeah.
and Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Yes.
Doesn't work
No,
quite as well.
he's a smartass. That's
He's
the
a
appeal.
smartass. Do you guys think about drafting Promised Land?
I had it noted that
You
was
know-
one of
Gus Van Zant's Promised Land?
that was
Yeah.
an early version of Matt Damon, producer actor, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Co-written by John Krasinski.
Krasinski, yeah.
Yeah. Mm,
Jerry,
Jerry. That's a leading role.
he edited that movie too, right?
Matt Damon edited Jerry?
I think so.
The Gus Van Sant movie? Wow. Very cool. What about Invictus?
Did not have that on any of my lists.
One of the only acting nominations, directed by Clint Eastwood,
yeah.
about the South African rugby team.
Edited by Casey Affleck, Matt Damon, and Gus Van Sant.
Sick.
Oh, they got in the editing bay together.
Got in the Avid.
Do you think that
Avid?
the three of us should let Jack take a playoff and we cut an episode of The Big Picture together?
I'll do a lot of VO.
Yeah.
That
Here's
sounds
what I'm thinking.
That sounds fucking awesome.
You just want to have more time off.
Yeah.
That's all.
I get it.
No, I would legitimately like to see.
What else? Any other honorable mentions that we didn't get to?
I didn't do Born Identity because he did Born Supremacy.
Mhm.
Born Identity is my favorite. Europe.
Oh,
Okay.
Seems nice.
The Informant.
Yeah.
Love him. Love Matt Damon in The Informant.
That was my
Mhm.
backup for
and
Wild Card.
in Behind the Candelabra.
Yeah.
Yes, he's great and very funny and Behind the
Yeah.
Candelabra.
Really. Who's your favorite Matt Damon director actor partnership? Like, who do you love him with the most?
Mm,
It's a fun question.
It's got to be Soderbergh, right?
yeah, it is.
Over Nolan?
I mean, but that's just that's numbers. You
Yeah,
know,
at
that's
this
all the
point.
oceans. Because the Informant, he's really good in, but I prefer Damon to either be like evil,
Mhm.
you know, treading on like really messed up, or like the good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, he's had 7 movies with Soderbergh.
Informant, Candelabra.
Three Oceans.
He's in
He's in
so
no
what was
Sudden
it?
Move.
Side Effects for one scene.
Oh, he's in Side
Oh,
Effects. He's in Unsane.
Yep.
Um,
No, wait, is he in Side Effects or Unsane? Maybe it's Unsane. I'm
Unsane,
thinking of.
Unsane.
Yeah.
No, then there's one other big one that I'm forgetting right now.
Jay?
Mm,
Che. That was the other one.
oh, right.
Yeah.
I think he's in 9 Soderbergh movies. Fucking love it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be far and away
Yeah.
Soderbergh. That's pretty great. Admire that.
One Scorsese,
Mm-hmm.
2 Nolans, or 3?
I think it's just Interstellar and
Oppenheimer,
Oppenheimer.
And then
and now
now
Odyssey. So
upcoming
that'd
No,
be
Odyssey.
3.
right? He's got 4 Kevin Smith films,
Mhm.
right? Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot,
It's 5 of those, and then 2 Gus
Mhm.
Van Sant's.
right? Jerry and Goodwill, plus something else.
Well, he's briefly in Finding Forrester
Finding
as a
Forrester.
cameo.
Yeah.
Affleck doesn't have that. Affleck doesn't have his guy.
He doesn't.
I think probably because he thinks he's the guy. His guy is himself.
His
He
guy,
was the-
sadly, was Zack Snyder.
He was the bomb in Phantoms, though, as you may recall. Who is this guy? John Frankenheimer in Reindeer Games?
Yeah.
John Woo.
John Woo in Paycheck?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Bay. It's Bay.
I guess so. Yeah.
It's Pearl Harbor and it's Armageddon. That's
Yeah.
his dude.
That's
Yeah, I
tough.
mean, Jake Gyllenhaal's doing Affleck in Ambulance.
Very true. Very true. Ben walked so Jake could run.
I like that.
Hmm.
Jake in
Ben is
The
running.
Bride. I didn't know that.
Like his
Ben
own
is
race.
always running. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should Ben run for public office?
He can do whatever he wants.
I know.
And I'm there for him.
He's like
I
the
just am
office
there.
manager at Artist Equity. He's like
like-
making sure the
Yeah.
pens are there.
Okay, now that we're at the end of the episode,
Yeah.
no one's listening anymore. I have one final question
Okay.
around this. It's not nice, but I'm going to ask
Yeah.
it. Beard dye?
For Ben, or is he using beard dye?
I mean, he obviously is using it.
yeah, that's okay.
That's okay? That's normal?
I think he's just whatever makes him happy and stable.
I'm not shaming him. I'm asking.
So you're going silver, and you have it's a nice color, which
Thanks.
is nice. But so you're not dyeing your hair.
No. I'm not saying I won't,
but like
I might.
So dyeing your hair either to cover grays or just like in
That's
life
normal. I have
is
no
just very
judgment.
normal. So
Yeah.
I don't understand how the beard is any different.
I
Because
think
he's
the
like
weird-
a 55-year-old man with jet black facial hair.
Right.
I think
It's
the
kinda
beard
weird.
also, like, I think when you dye your beard, it looks weirdly less authentic than when you dye your hair.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem like the beard dyers and groomers are not kind of doing like the layering
Yeah.
that they're doing in the hair, and we're not kind of like layering the approach.
Do you think Ben is zip fly or button fly?
Oh, he's zip fly. Those jeans are too skinny. You know, I would work with him on that
Okay.
personally.
You're captured by the fashion industry. You're concerned for what is on trend relative to Ben
No, I
Affleck's
think-
physique.
No, I think they are like actually too skinny where he looks it's like a proportions issue because he's broader up
Yeah, he's
top.
got a big refrigerator
and then
body.
they go,
you know, he's got
Yeah.
a big
yeah, and then they
refrigerator on
go
top.
like, and he's like really sticking. Like I think there is like stretch in the jeans, you know.
Sure.
And I don't think we need to go quite as stovepipe.
gotcha.
Like I think we could do it's slim is fine,
Okay.
slim straight. We don't need to be like a wide leg thing. I'm not on that. But they are. We don't
good.
need any
It's good to
stretch
know.
jeans. Do you have stretch in your jeans, Sean
No.
Fennessey? Good.
Right
Okay.
now, no, there's the,
Well, I'm
the
just,
three. They're
I
quite loose.
I can't, tug on them as you did at Christmas.
I just touched them.
Yeah. So
I just wanted to connect
I can't
with my brother.
By touching
Look
his
at his
legs.
gentle shoulder.
Yeah, this is a
okay.
An acrylic material
a
there?
top that I'm wearing. Yeah.
You look like you're like gonna direct traffic, but in
I like
a war
it.
zone.
It's a nice color on you.
Thanks. I got it in England.
In
There
England.
you
Yeah,
go.
but it comes from Japan.
Tariffs.
Yeah.
Are there
Yeah.
tariffs in England as well?
There are.
Wow, interesting. Well, that was an interesting draft. You guys feel good about it?
Yeah, I thought it was very congenial. There was no like,
Yeah,
how
that's-
fucking
No
dare
sniping,
you?
yeah.
You took Gone Girl,
Yeah.
you piece of shit.
Mhm.
Should we recap the teams
Yeah,
real
I mean,
quick?
I'm sad that I didn't get the town, especially. That's as soon as
Luck
the
of the
draft
draw.
order was, I was like, well,
Luck of the
it's
draw.
gone. That's one of the most important
We can
pieces
recap.
of cinema.
Okay, Sierra,
In
you,
the-
you chose first. So what did you get?
I got in Blockbuster, I took Armageddon. In Oscar nominee, I took Good Will Hunting. In Matt and Ben Together, I grabbed Last Duel. In directed or produced by, Argo. In supporting role, I took Saving Private Ryan. And in wild card, I took The Bourne Supremacy.
In
Shout out to
Blockbuster,
Carl Urban.
yes. In Blockbuster, I got The Departed. In Oscar nominee, I got The Martian. In Matt and Ben Together, I got Dogma. Directed or produced by, I took The Town. Supporting role, I took Dazed and Confused. And wild card, I took Rounders.
In Blockbuster, I took Gone Girl. In Oscar nominee, The Talented Mr. Ripley. In Matt and Ben Together, Field of Dreams. In directed or produced by, Manchester by the Sea. In supporting role, Ocean's 12. And in wildcard, Gone Baby Gone.
Pretty good draft.
Yeah.
So next time you hear from us, we will be here 7 a.m. for the Academy Award
Oh,
nominations.
man.
Oh, it's 7 now?
Or 7:30? What did
I
we
was
say?
like,
7:30?
We can do 7
How
if
about
you want.
6 a.m.?
Okay.
Are you guys doing them like a live reaction, or
No,
you're just recording?
Just like we
as soon
always
as you
do, pretty early in the morning.
Yeah, because they're announced at 5:30 something
Mhm.
because of Once Upon a Time.
Give
People
me-
watched morning
Yeah, 'cause of
shows.
Good
It's
Morning
really
America.
stupid.
Yeah.
What's the biggest shock that you could see happening?
Shock?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. F1 Best Picture or somebody getting left out.
None of all of those permutations feel very possible. Something like Leo not being nominated would be
Yeah.
shocking. Something
Okay.
like that where you're like someone who we had in, or like Michael B. Jordan. Somebody who you're like, I'm pretty sure this is happening.
Right.
Being left out, and there
Mhm.
usually is one thing.
Where you're
I'm
just
Still
like,
Here made Best Picture last year, and I was like, what?
Right,
Mhm.
And then that got us all gassed on The Secret Agent because we're just like Brazil.
right,
Brazil will
Well-
reign
Right.
supreme forever.
right.
The I don't
very
know. What
vo-
about for you? Anything that would be really shocking?
I think that if what he said about the actors, and I guess I wouldn't be shocked if Emma Stone gets in, but if there's like a huge begonia wave, I'll be like, oh, interesting.
Mhm.
I didn't see this coming.
Right.
I think we've been talking, there might be 4 international features in Best Picture. There might be 1,
Mhm.
So I think I'll be like very surprised if It Was Just an Accident gets completely locked out, which it sort of was in the last wave of
Mhm.
Guild and
In play.
yeah, and that would be not surprising, but it'd be like, oh, that's not a good look.
Yes.
It's an amazing film and an incredibly germane historical moment.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, it's always interesting when it's something being weaker than you thought rather
Yeah.
than stronger than you thought is always more
But the
surprising.
guilds have been weirdly like domestic leaning, but the
Yeah.
internationalization of the academy itself will probably lead to a more
You would
more
think so.
interesting
Yeah.
reveal of news.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's harder to predict because of this. Because I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think if it's 4 international nominees, we're going to be like, we don't have to worry as much about the precursors as we used to
Mm.
Yeah.
because they don't really mean a lot relative to what the academy is now. We'll talk all about it on Thursday morning. Sierra, thank you so much.
My
3
pleasure.
episodes in a row.
Yeah.
You smoked all 3.
I don't know when I'm coming back though.
Well, when do you want to be back?
Let's see what happens with that iHeart thing. You guys get
Okay.
back to me.
All right.
I think those awards are in March. So
No, I'm sure I'll be back at some point in February.
my idea was to do an Oscar snubs draft.
Okay.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
So that could be
Is that how are you defining snubs? Just not nominated or not winning?
I don't know. What do you
Okay,
think?
it's open. I mean, the not winning would also be.
There could be you were nominated but didn't win, or they could be you didn't get nominated.
I mean, you
We
could
could
have
also-
different categories,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Or we
yeah.
could say just this is just in the 2000s,
Okay.
or this is just in the 90s. There's a lot of permutations that
Sure.
you could do. We've
Okay.
done Best Picture winner draft.
Yeah, but it was polite.
They've been polite.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
may
yeah.
we may add some special guests as well to make it a
Okay.
little bit more.
I'll come
Okay.
back for Crime
Competitive.
101.
Oh yeah,
I think Garbage Crime is coming back.
that's exciting.
I think it's important to talk about it. I think it's important to talk about Heat, and it's important to talk about.
It's a little
Gene's
discussed
Yeah.
film, and we won't let it stand.
Heat.
Yeah.
We need to get more hours on the board of Heat
Yeah.
talk. Thanks to Jack Sanders for his work on this episode. Jack, we killed it this week, dude. A lot of recordings. How are you feeling?
Top of the world. Next week, no recordings Monday through Wednesday. I'm fucking pumped.
I'm pumped too. Have a great Martin Luther King Day. We'll see you soon.